I really like the music here. It's not a song you get to hear that often. Hello everybody, my name is Anomalord and welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. On the last episode, we surfed all the way up Route 223 and we got here to the Pokemon League, or more specifically, the entrance to Victory Road, which we will need to go through before facing the Pokemon League. However, as I said at the end of last episode, Victory Road is a long, painful dungeon that I don't want to do immediately. So before we do that, we are going to go and tie up a couple of loose ends elsewhere around the map. Now, one of those loose ends is one I actually did off screen because this episode's had a couple false starts. I got a couple apps from the Poketch company in Jubilife City. This is a type matchup checker. Link searcher is basically useless. But the most important one is we got this. This is marking map, and this is going to be almost indispensable for doing the first thing that I want to do today. But what is the first thing I want us to do today? Well, in order to do it, we are going to have to travel all the way back to Twinleaf Town. Puts us back here. Don't get to go here that often either, and we are not staying long because we are going to be immediately leaving north and going on our merry way to Lake Verity. Now, we're gonna surf on the water here. I was just about to say, do I have a rappel up, and then conclude that it didn't matter because I was going to only be on the water for 5 seconds, but clearly it did matter. Alright, cave in the middle of the lake. Head on in. Now, as Professor Rowan told us when we got back from the Distortion World, the Lake Guardians have returned to their lakes, and indeed, we got Mesprit right here. But what's this? It's gone away. It flew off somewhere. Professor Rowan, do you have something to do with this?
Anoma, that was Mesprit, wasn't it? You've accomplished what I asked you to do at the Canalave Library. I asked you to get data on the Pokemon of the lake, and you did. But it didn't provide any answers about the mysteries of evolution. I still don't know why some Pokemon evolve and others don't. Ultimately, it only deepened the mystery. But having mysteries to solve, that adds to my enjoyment. Anoma, why don't you chase after Mesprit? To me, it seemed as if it wanted to play with you. If you were to use the Poketch app marking map, you'd be able to track the movements of Pokemon. Go on, Anoma. I'm sure you will keep meeting countless Pokemon and people. Those encounters will keep thrilling you in their own special ways. I hope you'll enjoy that experience. Take care, Anoma.
Alright, so, as he said, Mesprit is going to be playing a fun little game with us. If we go over to marking map, we exit the cave. Actually, we don't even need to. You can already see it there. It's over on, what is that? That's like, oh shoot, that's next to Veilstone. But when I transition maps, apparently not right now, most of the time when I transition a map, it's going to move. Like, let's walk down out of the Lake Verity, and, it still hasn't done it. That's funny. Now it has. You see, it's now moved south of Veilstone City. Mesprit is a roaming Pokemon, and roaming Pokemon are a huge pain in the ass. They are almost never on the same route. They change routes every time you change maps. And when you are on a route with them, it's not a foregone conclusion that you will run into them. So when you're looking for it, what you want to do is you need to have something that's higher level than the Pokemon that are local to the route, but that is lower than level 50, because that's the level Mesprit is. And then you're going to use a repel and run around until you encounter it. But the other thing to consider is that once you get into a battle with Mesprit, on the first turn, it is going to run away from you. Quite a conundrum. Now, Fortunately, unlike other wild Pokemon, the damage you do to Mesprit will save between battles. So if you knock it down to low health and freeze it, that will stay between your encounters with it. However, I've got an easier solution. Bear with me for just a moment while I wait to find it. Alright, here it is. Now, what I just did was I just ran back and forth between Route 201 and Twinleaf Town until it showed up on this route, and then I ran into the grass with a Repel and Yuki, and here it is. Now, my super advanced solution is Master Ball. Now, this is not a perfect solution because Mesprit is not the only roaming Pokemon in the game, but it is the only roaming Pokemon in the game that is relevant before the Pokemon League, and that's enough to the point where I'm like, that's the extent to which I'm gonna worry about it right now. We will solve the other roaming Pokemon problems other ways if and when we get to them. Don't bother giving it a nickname, transfer it to Box 1. We got ourselves a Mesprit. And we've still got time left in the episode and a cracky voice because it's early in the morning and I just did Professor Rowan's voice. So we've got enough time to go after another one of our best friends in the world at one of the other lakes. And the one I am going to pick is going to be Lake Valor because that doesn't require me getting James Bond out of the PC. Alright, here in Pastoria City, I'm just going to run off to Lake Valor and I will jump cut and I will meet you there. Alright, we're here at the Valor Lakefront, and if you recall last time we were here, Team Galactic blew it up, but if we walk in here now, we've got the normal lake music back and Lake Valor is back to normal. So, do I still have Repel up? I do not, but now I do. So we're gonna run over here, we're gonna surf. And we got the cavern that we visited last time we were here. We fought Saturn here. And, highly recommended that before you do any sort of encounter with a legendary Pokemon, you save your game in case you have what happened to me with Giratina happen to you. And normally this is the part where I say I'm not going to save the game, I'm just going to play it where it lies, but I'm actually just going to play the game my way and save the game and cheat. Alright, that done. Got a friend. I don't remember which one you are. Are you, No, you are Azelf. Okay, Azelf, level 50. And I have Yuki in the front here. All the Lake Guardians are Psychic type, and you might think, well, it's so I can use my super advanced Yuki moves. But actually what I'm mainly hoping to do is to try and freeze it with Ice Beam. I am going to Shadow Ball and see how much it does. About half. Okay, that's a good starting point. Let's Ice Beam. Using Swift doesn't affect me. We're gonna see if we can freeze it here. Okay. Alright, guess we're not gonna be able to freeze it. Alright, we'll see where we can get from here. Alright. I've got plenty of Ultra Balls here. But, of course, that may not help if it runs out of moves. Fortunately, unlike Giratina, it's got quite a few that have high PP, so we should be okay. But we'll see how we get on. Oh no, the future side attack. How much will it do? Pretty significant amount, actually. Let's just keep Ultra Balling. 1, 2... Nope. You gotta be patient with these legendary Pokemon. It almost always takes a while. Especially in these older games before they buff their catch rates. 1, 2, 3... Of course, soon as I say it. Alright, well, we got ourselves Azelf. Alright. Cool, that's 2 of the 3 down. And now that we've done that, actually, that went so quickly, I think we may even have time for, going after Uxie. Not so bad. All right, I will meet you outside of Snowpoint City once I get James Bond out of the PC. All right, here I am at the Acuity Lakefront. I've got James Bond out of the PC, and as a reminder, we need to have James Bond because I need James Bond to use Rock Climb to get up to Lake Acuity. And I considered going off screen and buying some items called timer balls. You can buy those, I think, Veilstone. Future may put up if I'm wrong. And those get more effective the longer you spend in a battle. But, frankly, given the sort of legendary battles I've been having, I think Ultra Balls are going to be sufficient for me. So, with still like 44 of them, we go into Lake Acuity. I've got Rappel up. We're going to surf. We never actually got to go to the cavern in the middle of it, I think. Yeah, we didn't. All right. Once more, saving the game. All right, and with that out of the way, Uxie time. Yet another level 50 here. And from what I learned from using it on Azelf, I think the thing I am going to do is I'm just going to start right out the gate by using Ice Beam. And hoping for the freeze. Oh, you're using Yawn, which will put me to sleep. Excellent. I am going to try and full restore next turn if I've got any on hand. Oh, and it's using Future Sight. All right. The other thing worth considering is that not only are these guys a pain to catch, they are also actually quite powerful. So, you gotta be careful with them. These Lake Guardians aren't anywhere near as powerful as Giratina, or if you were playing Diamond and Pearl, you would have had to fight Dialga or Palkia at the top of the Spear Pillar. But they can still be threatening. I would really like you to get frozen, please. I would really like it if you stopped putting me to sleep. Let's heal off my thing. Amnesia, you're raising your special defense. Actually, that kind of helps me because it means that you'll take more ice beams before you die. Really hoping for that freeze. This is the bit where I also really hope I don't get a critical hit. Okay. I am still alive. Hyper Potion. I'll give it one more Ice Beam and then I'll just start chucking balls at it, I think. Don't want to risk it. I'm gonna be asleep anyway, it looks like so. Alright, doesn't look like we're getting a freeze on it. Let's just start throwing balls at it. Alright, Ultra Ball. One. Nothing, okay. We're off to a good start. This is about how these normally go. We're not going to have this one go as smoothly as Elf or Mesprit. This is about more like how Giratina went. And its special defense will not go higher. Alright, let's see. Nothing. Now, I will point out, it's not like you can't catch these things in a Great Ball or a Pokeball. You absolutely can. It's just going to be way more of a pain, and there's really no reason to if you can afford the Ultra Balls. Which get 3 shakes and then break out. I was really hoping that would be the one. Alright. Another one. Nothing. Nothing. 1, 2, 3. Nah. 1, 2. 1. Nothing. 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 1, 2. 1. It's starting to use Swift on me, which means that it is almost out of moves. Here's hoping we don't have a repeat of Giratina. One. 1, 2. Nothing. 1, 2. Come on. You are really being obstinate today, Uxie. You were almost out of moves. You're about to kill yourself. You may as well just get in the dang ball. But it's here we go. We're still going. Maybe you don't like my Ultra Balls. Let's have a Pokeball. Good. I was gonna be pissed if that worked. Nothing. Nothing. Starting to run low on Ultra Balls here. Nothing. Nothing. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on! You are minutes from death. Get in the stupid ball. Nothing. Nothing. 1. 1. Nothing. 1, 2. Oh, come on. Nothing. 1. All right, this is it. Last Ultra Ball. Nothing. All right, so this is when things are going to start getting really entertaining, because now I'm going to start throwing Great Balls at it, of which I have 14. This is fun. Nothing. 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 1, 2. Oh, come on. To be clear, I am realistically not expecting to get it on this attempt at this point, but I have the balls, so let's keep throwing them. Nothing. 1, 2, 3. Dang it. Oh, that would have been so good. Oh, it's out of moves. It's using Struggle. Okay. And there it goes. All right, cool. All right, everybody. Time for attempt number 2. Nothing. Nothing. 1. 1. Nothing. 1. 1. 1. Nothing. For fun. 1. Got me excited there for a moment. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Predictably. One, 2. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on! That's the worst. I thought Azelf was supposed to be the being of willpower or whatever, but Uxie clearly has it beaten tenfold. One. Nothing. 1, 2. Nothing. 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 1. Nothing. 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 1. I hope you are enjoying tuning in to today's episode of Counting to 1. Sometimes we succeed and sometimes we fail, but you know, that's the way life goes. 1, 2. Nothing. And this is what happens when I'm not paying attention. Oh, I did a stupid thing. Yeah, I was just saying to myself that maybe I shouldn't do... Okay, alright, so I've got 1 turn. Ultra Ball. Please, Uxie, for your own good, get in this one. 1. Okay. Alright, very cool. I hope everyone is super excited for attempt number 3. Screw this, I'm buying timer balls. Alright, here we go, attempt number 3. I didn't go to the Pokemart and buy timer balls, what are you talking about? Now, these timer balls that I did not buy, I have done some looking on the interwebs, and the thing about them is that they increase their modifier the longer the battle has taken. Now, an Ultra Ball has a modifier of 2 to the catch rate, and timer balls reach that modifier at turn 10. So, after turn 10 is when I will start using my, timer balls that I didn't buy, because I didn't go to the Pokemart. And this is the part where I realize I also really should have healed after not going to the Pokemart. We'll use that full restore that's in my bag, I guess. Right, get that sleep healed off so I can get it down the rest of the way with Ice Beam. Hoping again for a freeze, but it doesn't really seem like that's gonna happen. I don't know how many turns we've been at this now. Really should have been keeping track. I was thinking of using my Ultra Balls to keep track, but I realized that... Cool! Alright, attempt number 4, everybody. We've seen the process before. We'll cut to the results. Alright, Ball time. Nothing. 1. Nothing. 1. 1. 1. 2. Nothing. 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 1. 1. Nothing. 1. Nothing. 1. Nothing. Alright, let's try the time-honored 10-year-old trick of holding down A while the Pokeball goes. Nothing. 1. Okay, but what about Timer Ball with all the face buttons at once? Nothing. Nothing. Uxie, what is your problem? This is attempt number 4, and I'm going to exhaust all of my balls again. 1. Nothing. 1, 2, 3. Got it! All right. Cool. Very cool. I have been here for an hour. I have the footage equivalent of an entire recording session for just one episode. Thank you, Uxie. Very cool. All right. In case it's not obvious, that's where we're gonna leave it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you care to. And I will catch you all later on Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. Not sure what we'll do. Maybe we'll start Victory Road, maybe we won't. We'll find out. We'll play that by ear.